Let's get it on, come on!
There's a line in the movie Full Metal Jacket. You can talk the talk, can you walk the walk? It's time for Tony Tucker now to walk the walk, or run the run, as it were. And we'll see what kind of tactic Tucker takes.
I was expecting Mike Tyson to jump right on Tony Tucker. I had figured that he should at least tie his man up, try to frustrate Mike Tyson.
But is he strong enough to do that?
Well,
that was a good right hand by Tucker. That might have been the best shot that Mike Tyson has ever taken, right there.
Did you know that uppercut blocked Mike Tyson? This man, what do you see in Mike Tyson? We always felt that he was susceptible to take jabs, but I think what Tucker saw and Tyson was the uppercut. He was susceptible to the uppercut because of the style, the way he launches in.
He said, I'm not worried about what he's going to do to me. I'm worried about what I'm going to do to him. That's confidence. Another right hand. And another right hand by Tucker. There was a left hand by Tyson.
Here we go.
Again, a right hand, but he took a right from Tyson. And another big right by Mike Tyson. And particularly for Tucker. There's a great left hand at the bell by Tyson.
He's not throwing 1, 2. He's putting 3, 4 punches together. And he's following up with left uppercut, left hooks.
Led with the left uppercut that time.
Just has to keep those hands high.
Well, you know, Ray, I hearken back to your fight with Marvin Hagler, where after the first round, there was no question in my mind, at least, that your confidence just really surged, and you have to think the same thing about Tony Tucker. Good body shot by Tyson. That's exactly what Kevin Rooney was telling him to do in the corner. Tyson, 2 good jabs.
That was a good example. That uppercut is going to do the job over and over again. He really wants to frustrate Mike Tyson.
There was a left hand by Tyson, but it did not appear to hurt Tucker. There was a good right hand again by Tucker. In close, catching Tyson on the way in.
He's finished with the left hook, Barry. Coming in with his head. The uppercut has been doing a tremendous and very effective job here.
There was a good left hand, and that staggered Tony Tucker.
I don't disagree at all, because Tony's been tying his man up.
There was a good right hand by Tucker again.
But they're uppercuts, Barry. You notice they're uppercuts. You see the intensity in Tony Tucker.
There was a big left hand by Tyson, and that was the one big punch. And another one. Another good shot. And Tyson with another left hand.
Good hand speed by Tony Tucker. Be less of a target.
There was a right hand in close by Tyson.
More jabs, bad intention. Brody point with bad intention.
You get the feeling from Tucker's corner, Ray, that they think this fight is winnable.
Did you see that?
Time.
Now, that was an interesting scenario. Tucker was trying to get his handlers in seconds out of the ring. The bell had rung. They were so excited about the prospect of possibly winning the fight, they forgot to put his mouthpiece in.
A lot of people.
Right hand by Tyson.
Because you expended energy by pushing your man off.
Right hand by Tyson.
I tell you, he impressed me with his foot move, because I didn't expect that much from him. But the fact of the matter is, it's making matters very, very tough for Mike Tyson to get inside.
Tyson looks right now like he's in it for the long haul here. And there was a big right hand. Tucker says, no, I'm not hurt. I've always found that to mean I'm hurt.
another right hand. Got cute and paid the price.
I think he's watched my fight before.
Yeah, I think he has too. I think his timing is not as good as yours. But there was a rumor about Tucker's right hand, that he had injured his right hand, and that's why he backed off training for the last few days.
That was 3 consecutive left hooks thrown by Tony Tucker. You don't see that from a big man.
Once again, Tucker trying to get cute, and again getting the worst of it, and still mugging with Tyson, which brings the crowd alive.
Well, when you do that, and I know from experience because I invented it, you got to be very careful because you're so vulnerable for a counter punch. And I'm sure Tucker thinks it's going to work for him.
Well, it is a fact. Tony Tucker has watched the tape of the Sugar Ray Leonard Marvin Hagler fight on numerous occasions. His father has kind of used that as a tool to get his charge going. Over left hand.
Well, in a fight of this intensity, this magnitude, when you're fighting, you really don't feel it because your adrenaline's flowing. His knees seem to buckle just for a second.
Right hand up on the top of the head.
The uppercut. He's very susceptible to the uppercut.
There's a right hand by Tucker that backed Tyson off. There was a big left hand, but again Tucker shakes his head. I'm okay. Right hand right above us by Tyson. Tyson getting off quicker with his jab now.
Good, short, strong. Mike has not been able to land the kind of punches we've seen in the past. And the reason for that is because of the way that Tony Tucker has approached this fight.
All right.
He needs to throw a little short jab, then step. Like that. Throw a jab, then step in. Get close. Now come.
There it was.
That's what you have to do. That's what he has to do, brother. This jab will get him closer to the taller man, Tucker, and then he can throw his punches. Once again, bro, you see what's happening here. Now he's not following Tucker. Now he's inside again. The jab, once again, is effective. The reason there's frustrations because of what Tucker's doing. He's tying his man up. Those little antics there sometimes work. It's probably a blowout. But he said, so what with these so-called experts? I'm going to show you. And this is what he did tonight.
And he has. Even if he loses the fight, he's probably made more friends than he has in the 34 wins that he's had. Tony Tucker, as Larry Merchant's always fond of saying, he had the big hat, and while maybe he didn't have all the cattle, at least he had a couple of cows. Tucker seems to be fighting the kind of fight that he thinks he's winning. There was a big left hand. Tucker says, no, I'm all right. I'm all right. Tyson finishing with a flourish. So is Tucker. Great finish to a pretty entertaining evening.
For the winner by unanimous decision and undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
So Mike Tyson, not surprisingly, the unanimous decision winner over Tony Tucker.
Okay, Mike, undisputed heavyweight champion. Are you happy with the way you fought tonight?
Not really, because I was trying my best to punch inside, but it just wasn't together today, and he was very intimidating. It was very tough.
Was he a better fighter than you thought?
It was very hard to tell because he did a great deal of holding. He threw very fast punches. It was true.
And he really rocked you in the first round.
Yes, he did. He was a very hard puncher.
How did you gather yourself together after that punch? What did that punch mean?
After it hit me, it was history. It went away.
Did it in any way intimidate you in the sense that give you respect for him, that
No.
he might hurt you?
Not at all. Not at all.
It seemed that after several rounds, that you decided to stand down and not try to wing a lot of punches and just fight him and let happen what was going to happen.
Well,
in the
I was
fight.
thinking that he was very intimidated, and he was freezing every once in a while, and I would think I would get him with a good right
All
hand.
right, we want to take a look at that punch in the first round, and I'd like you to describe it and just what happened, because
As you can see, I did a bad mistake, like Donna Curry did. Come right up in the middle after I went down, instead of going to the side. And then he threw a punch, and I was careless and got hit.
It seemed that he had came out into this fight with the strategy of trying to come underneath you as you came in.
Well, after he did the first time, there was no way he was going to give me the same mistake again.
What are your plans now? Everybody wants to know, are you going to fight Michael Spinks?
Well, I don't know, really. You have to talk to Jim Jacobs right here. He handles all
Well,
this.
what are your thoughts about fighting Michael Spinks yourself, whether it's next time or 2 years from now?
I fight whoever my manager wants me to fight. You know, I'm just a fighter. I do what he told me to do.
You're not as happy as one would think you would be for being the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Mike.
Because, you know, as long as you make mistakes, I tell you, you have no means to be happy. I'm a perfectionist. I want to be perfect. And I was trying to use my jab more, and I was just a little confused because he was holding a lot, but I stopped being frustrated, and I just continued jabbing most of the round.
Let's take a look at what happened in the last round when he came out in some desperation and started to throw big punches again. Describe what you see. What was all of this jibing and antics?
He was a little intimidating. He was trying to make me think that he was fresh and he was ready to go when he was not tired. I wasn't expecting him. But look, as soon as I come in, he grabs me.
Mike, congratulations.
Thank you, Larry.
Undisputed champion, 21 years old. Do you feel now that you're the undisputed champion, that really is more meaningful than the other championships in terms of history?
I knew I was the youngest heavyweight champion when I beat Berger. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mike, thank you. And back to you, Barry and Ray.